Hi, Tara Sully, Hy-Vee dietitian, here today to talk to you about ways to support your immune system. So these winter months, we are in the midst of cold and flu season. We're all indoors more often as the weather is unpredictable, and so we're more likely to catch cold, flu, and illness. But there are some things you can do to help to bolster and support your immune system so you're better able to fight those viruses. We're going to talk about what those are and what some of those vitamins are that you really want to be looking for, as well as minerals. In addition, we're going to be making a citrus smoothie that's loaded with immune boosting nutrients. We're going to be making a citrus salad, and to go with that, we're going to do a lemon crusted cod as well as some rotisserie chicken, so you have two different options to top that salad. However, we're going to start over here with our vitamins and talk a little bit about which ones we really need to be focusing on. So first off, we have our vitamin C, which we're all aware of as a vitamin that does support our immune system. Vitamin C is water soluble, meaning that it is flushed from our body. It is not stored. So this is something that we need to eat daily and consume daily as part of our diet. Citrus fruits are a great source of vitamin C. The reason why vitamin C is helpful in terms of immunity is because it supports our skin, which our skin is our body's first line of defense. So very important to get our vitamin C. Second off, we have zinc. Zinc also plays a major role in immunity for a couple of reasons. Zinc actually helps to break down the protein that is found in viruses, helping your body to fight them. And then secondly, zinc also helps your body to build white blood cells, which white blood cells are what fight those viruses. So this is important in twofold. While it's not a great source, citrus isn't a great source of zinc, a lot of those other nutrients that help our immune system are found in these citrus fruits. A good multivitamin, I get asked that all the time. Should we be taking multivitamins? And I usually think of a multivitamin kind of like an insurance policy in terms of we don't have the perfect diet. No one does. So if you feel like there may be gaps in your diet in terms of making sure you're getting all of those nutrients that your body needs, taking a good multivitamin is an easy way to make sure that you're still getting fueled properly. The one of my top ones, there's a lot of good ones out there, but I really like the Rainbow Light brand, mainly because it's a whole food vitamin and it also contains some prebiotic fibers, which is also of benefit. One of my other top picks in terms of immunity is probiotics. I don't usually suggest taking these year round. However, if you go on an antibiotic or you've been sick, it's a great time to take a round of probiotics. Probiotics help support our digestive system, which houses over 70% of our immune system. So having a healthy microbiome is extremely important. Second to that is our healthy microbiome actually feed on the byproducts of fruits and vegetables, insoluble fibers. So even if we're taking these, we also need to be supplementing that with a healthy diet as well. And then lastly, I have a lot of questions also about elderberry syrup, and there is some testimonial research about, or testimonial as well as some research about elderberry syrup lessening the severity of the flu if taken early on once the virus is contracted, and lessening the duration. So it would be something else possibly worth adding. The concentrates, you only have to take about an ounce a day. On a personal note, I like to get the ones that contain the zinc and vitamin C, and so if there's illness going around our household, I'll usually make some sort of like little fun drink for everyone, which again, because this is a concentrate, you only need an ounce. Put some ice in there, a little bit of water, a squeeze of lemon, and it's just, something fun to drink that is also good for you. If you're considering adding any supplements to your diet at all, I would certainly run those by your doctor or your pharmacist. What I'm sharing with you now is not necessarily intended as medical advice. So, citrus, on the other hand, does house vitamin C as well as a lot of other nutrients like niacin, vitamin B6, that are also very good at bolstering your immune system. And that's where we're really focusing in on these today. So the first thing that we are going to be making is our citrus smoothie. This is loaded with nutrients. This is a great breakfast option. and I'll kind of talk you through what we're gonna need for this one. So for this, we need some orange juice. You wanna get 100% orange juice, no added like additional sugars in there. Or you could fresh squeeze your own oranges to make that orange juice. 2 bananas, you could do these frozen or just fresh is fine as well. You're gonna need the juice from 1 lime as well as turmeric and some ginger and coconut milk. You can add ice if you'd like as well. So we'll start here with adding 1 cup of orange juice. Then we'll do coconut milk, and if you wanted to switch this up and do cow's milk or almond milk, you could do whatever you choose here. I'll sometimes make this with like the Fairlife milk. There's just a little extra protein in it that way. All right, then we're going to add our lime. So going back to trying to get as much of that citrus food that's loaded with those nutrients. So I'm gonna juice 1 lime. This is something that I do feel is going to be typically best when you just make it on the spot. So it wouldn't necessarily be a make-ahead meal. But doing this, especially through cold and flu season, is a great way to make sure that you are getting all of the vitamins and minerals that you do need. All right, so we have that. Now we're going to add our bananas. I opted just to do fresh bananas today. So 2 of those go in. This actually makes enough to serve really 2 to 4 people, depending on how big you want your smoothie. So if you're making this, you could feed a couple people breakfast with it. And then from there, we also need our frozen pineapple, which I will grab. So we need 2 cups of frozen pineapple. Once again, if you wanted to do fresh, that's fine. But when you do the frozen, the nice thing about that is then you don't have to add as much ice. So this is just kind of chopped pineapple. 1 cup. Kind of frozen in the bag down there. All right, and then 2 cups. And then lastly, we are going to add our turmeric as well as our ginger. Now, we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of this, and this is just an absolute superfood. If you're not currently using turmeric right now, I would really suggest that you put that into your diet. I'm using a half teaspoon, that's why I actually need 1 more teaspoon. Okay. This is such a powerful antioxidant. It does so many different things. So it neutralizes free radicals. It helps to boost our immune system. There's research showing that it helps to prevent depression. It's good for heart health. The sky's the limit. So this is something great to add into other things. Smoothies are a nice way to add this. It kind of like has a bittery flavor, but I will oftentimes like add it to seasonings I make for like fish or chicken, because that will also, again, unless you just really like, you know, the flavor in general, I add it into other things so that we're getting it in other ways. Okay, and then we also need a little bit of ginger. Turmeric is actually in the ginger family. Just need a 1/4 teaspoon of this. So with this one, this is also great for your immune system. If you wanted to do fresh ginger, you could as well. All right, so that's all we need. And we will process this. All right, and now it is all blended and it is ready to go. So easy peasy, didn't take long, but we have a great breakfast or snack option that is loaded with that vitamin C, niacin, B6, and a great way to boost our immune system. Something else you could do is you could even add elderberry to this if you're wanting to just like make one like power packed immune supporting drink here. So option one for you, we're gonna switch gears now. We're gonna make our salad as well as our cod, and then also throw some chicken in there if you prefer to do that in place of the cod. So we'll do that in just a minute. Sticking with our theme of citrus, now we're going to be making a citrus salad with a couple different options for protein on it. The first thing we're gonna make though is our cod. This is a limited time cod. Again, trying to kind of pull in the citrus whenever we can. So for this, you're gonna need a couple of cod fillets. I went ahead and sprayed my baking sheet here. I got these fresh from, let me throw this away actually, from the seafood counter. You could also get them frozen if you prefer. All right. So onto those, we're gonna do just a little bit of olive oil. You can brush this on or do just a light drizzle. Ooh, that was too much. So maybe brushing it on would have been better. Okay. And then from there, this is where we are going to mix up our crumb topping as well as get our lemon going. So we're going to use actually two different parts of the lemon. All citrus fruit, you can use the actual peel, which is the zest. This will add just a punch of flavor to your food. The juice from inside of it is going to house some of those vitamins and minerals that are immune supporting, as well as the fleshy part. So the outer zest or rind is more so flavor. It also actually has some fiber, so it would support like a healthy digestive system because that fiber is indigestible. We need, I think it's a tablespoon of this. Yeah, a tablespoon of the lemon zest. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the bowl before I juice my lemon. It's easier to zest. This is a zester here if you don't have one of these. It's just basically taking out that shiny outer coating, which is where all the flavor is, on the citrus fruit. You could zest orange or lime. The other thing that I have used before I had a zester was a cheese grater, and that worked fine as well. So, okay. So that's about good with that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half and juice it the same way we juiced our lime a minute ago for that smoothie. Now we don't need much of this, but this is actually gonna go straight, I'm gonna move this so you can see, straight onto our cod here. So I'm just gonna pour a little drizzle right on top. And then I'm gonna do a crack of pepper. I'm not doing salt. However, if you wanted to do a touch of salt, you could. I'm gonna let this marinate for just a second while we finish mixing up the rest of our coating. So you're gonna need some whole wheat breadcrumbs for this. I just bought like the pre-seasoned store-bought ones. However, if you wanted to make your own, it's pretty simple. If you buy whole wheat bread, you could just stick it in a food processor and then grind it up and you're ready to go. Okay, and then we're going to use some thyme. So I got fresh thyme. Again, if you wanted to use dried, you would just need less of it. It doesn't actually call for much. So the other thing with this is the little leaves are where all the flavor is. So if you kind of run your fingers against the stem, then they're all just gonna like fall off, which makes it a lot easier. And the fresh, I mean, is just super flavorful. I can smell it so strong right now. And with that fresh lemon, you only need a tablespoon of this, so don't need too much. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna give this a little chop. And then in it goes. We are going to stir this up. now we are actually going to put this on top of our cod here. So you can kind of like dredge it, or you can actually just set it on top. I'm just gonna actually put some on top here. And if you were making 4 pieces of this, you would actually use this whole mixture, which I only got 2 fillets for showing you guys. Okay. And there we go. So that's it. That's how simple the prep is for this. At this point, I have the oven preheated to 450, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, and then you're going to know it's done because to the touch, the cod is going to be kind of like springy almost. It only takes 10 minutes, and you really don't want to overcook it just because it gets kind of like rubbery tasting. So 10 minutes, if anything, maybe take it out at 9 and check it. You're going to see that the breadcrumbs on top will get kind of golden brown. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then we're going to make our salad. So I just pulled out the cod, which looks delicious. So the top is kind of golden brown, and it's ready to go. The other protein option I wanted to point out is if you're not a fan of fish, the rotisserie chicken is always a great option. I usually keep some sort of chicken or chopped chicken breast on hand because it makes a great protein source to add to any salad. The cod nutritionally is, I would say, like second tier to salmon. So salmon has our very highest level of omegas. Cod is just slightly below that in terms of its omega-3 index, but it's also a great form of lean protein that's very, very heart healthy. And most people think it tastes like just a little bit less fishy than salmon if you haven't tried it. It is a white fish, so it would be one to, if you're not really sure if you like fish, it'd be a good one to start with. This is also going to be a lot healthier than tilapia, which I know a lot of people enjoy. So here's our 2 protein sources that we can pick from. Now we're going to make kind of like our base salad. So this is something, again, you can meal prep. I'd probably keep the fruit on the side, and then you could kind of assemble when you're ready to eat. I just started with some baby romaine, went into my bowl. From there, you want to do some sort of nut. So I got sunflower seeds today. You could do almonds, you could do pistachios. Those are all healthy options. These are just roasted. Then you want to add some cheese. This is again optional. This is a Parmesan, and it's only because I forgot to pick up blue cheese, which I think is really good in this. But if you don't like blue cheese or feta, you could do Parmesan or something else you like. So that goes in, and then we will add our fruit. So this is one diced, I peeled and diced a grapefruit, which, just in case you haven't seen these, this is my favorite. Just to peel it makes it so much simpler. And we're going to use the entire thing. This is what I would leave off to the side if you're meal prepping this. And then we're also going to add an orange. This is a navel orange that's also going in. So you can see that this salad is also packed with those immune boosting vitamins. So we're going to give this a toss. And then we'll just put some on a plate here. Turning this into a meal. Dressing wise, there's so much flavor with the fruit that you really don't need much. I grabbed a balsamic to go with it just because it really kind of goes well with everything. The one I picked up was the balsamic, or the Bolthouse Farms balsamic. I do like this one. There's other good ones out there. But that is the dressing I grabbed. And then to the top that, because we don't want to forget about our protein, which is super important, that's where we would put our piece of cod. Or if you wanted to do chicken instead, you could also do that, and then just a drizzle of your balsamic, so you have a quick meal. All of these things, again, trying to build up your diet full of the nutrients it needs to help fight off illness and shorten the duration of colds and flus is your very best line of defense. If you need to supplement additionally, talk with your doctor. Think about adding in a vitamin C or a zinc and elderberry. These are all really effective ones. And potentially a multivitamin just to cover all bases. If you have any other questions, you can certainly reach out to me. Your Hy-Vee dietitians are here to make your lives easier, healthier, and happier. Have a great day.